So my peace video actually happened at work a few months ago, and one of my old coworkers was going around saying how she was gonna steal some Nike clothing that we had, and she was telling my other coworkers how she was gonna roll it up and stuff it in her bag and like hide it under her vest and everything. And so the coworkers went to my manager and supervisor and was like, hey, I heard this is gonna happen. Just want you guys to be on the lookout. And so around probably about 10 o'clock, my manager went up to her and told her that she was going to go home early tonight. And so she came over to us bragging about how she got to get out of work an hour early and how she can go have fun now and doesn't have to be here. Well, I didn't know what was going on, so I was just like, okay, whatever, like, we don't need you, I guess. And so about 10 minutes pass and my supervisor calls me up front. And so I make it up front. I'm just like, am I in trouble? Did I do something? And so he talked to me and goes, hey, she's leaving right now, but we need to check her bag and I need a female authority here so that she doesn't say that this is sexual assault or anything like that. And so I'm like, okay, cool, we can do that, I'll be down. And so we wait outside for her to come out, and so she comes out and we just look at her, and she's holding onto her bag like this. And she was holding on to it, and she looked at us, and she had guilty all over her. And so my supervisor was like, we need to look inside your bag. Just nothing serious, we just need to see what's inside. And so she's a pretty decent sized girl, and she said, oh, bleep, I forgot something. And she went inside and ran all the way across the store. And so my supervisor looked at me, he told me to go chase her, and so I went, and I was quickly following her behind, and I was just like, we made it to the break room, and she was putting something from the locker into her bag, so I didn't see anything other than that. And so I was like, hey, we just really need to look into this. We've heard some rumors. We don't believe it until we find something. You're not guilty. We don't know anything until we see it. And I'm like, this doesn't have to be so rough. We can just go outside and I'll look through it. Since I'm a girl, I'll make sure you're comfortable with doing this. And so she calms down, and so we walk back outside, and I told Drew that she'd be more comfortable if I went through her bag instead of him. And so I go through her bag, I don't find anything, charger, wallet, nothing else, and so we let her go. And so as we go back in, we started looking through like the trash cans, see if she threw anything in there. We looked in the break room, we couldn't find anything. So we were like, maybe she wasn't guilty. She didn't show up the next few days, and a few days later we found the articles of clothing in the break room under the ice machine. Now, why I'm using this as an example is because we could have pressed charges that night if we seen her with it, and then she was like yelling at us to not look into her bag, like she full on ran. And so just being able to negotiate me going through her bag, it really helped, but the fact that she didn't have anything in her bag when I looked in it made it something else to what it could have been.